everybody, it's Roxanne. I'm at home here in Arizona, back in the kitchen. So I have something I'm going to cook today. Back when I was first married, my mother gave me a cookbook as a pre-wedding present. It was the Good Housekeeping cookbook. It used to have a book cover on it, but it now doesn't have that. The pages are all yellowed and worn, and I really have only used this book, I think, for one recipe, and that recipe is for banana bread. And you can see by the page that it's been used a lot just for banana bread. So that's what we're going to make today, because I have over here, let me grab this. I have two very, very ripe bananas here. So I am going to make some banana bread because I don't want to waste these. So let me turn the camera around and we'll start putting in the ingredients from this good old-fashioned traditional banana bread recipe. Hold on. Okay, so I have my oven heating. God, I can't talk today. I have the oven heating up to 350. And so it says here to grease and flour a 9x5 loaf pan. Well, I am not going to grease and flour it. I am going to use Pam butter spray right on my loaf pan here. So we will go ahead and spray that in here and get that nice and ready. Step number 1. Then it says, is in a large bowl with a fork, mix the first 5 ingredients. So the first 5 ingredients are 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And you know what, guys? I will put the recipe down in the description box. So 1 3/4 cup of flour, 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Okay. Then 1 teaspoon of double-acting baking powder. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, so all of those are in there. I'm going to go ahead and take my fork and just mix this puppy up. It's been a while since I've made this, so hopefully it still turns out good. Okay. Had a hair on my shirt. Okay, that's all mixed up. Now, the next step, it says, with a pastry blender or 2 knives, use in the scissor fashion, cut in shortening until mixture resembles coarse crumbs. And it asks for a 1/2 cup of shortening. Now, I didn't have any shortening, and I remember a few weeks ago, my daughter called me asking what shortening was, or what do you call shortening, and asking if Crisco was the same thing as shortening, and I told her yes, of course it is. But I don't have any shortening, so I am just going to use butter and hope that butter turns out just as well. I don't know. Like I said, so if you're doing this, you're going to want to use shortening, but like, we'll see how it turns out with butter. All right. And I do have my pastry cutter, so at least I can use my pastry cutter in here. We'll get this all mixed up. It was really kind of funny because she was reading through a recipe that called for shortening, and her and her roommate were kind of having a argument as to what shortening was. I believe my daughter knew that it was Crisco. But it was kind of a funny conversation. So we'll get this cut in here. Get that all taken care of. I think we got little crumbs. What do you guys think? Does that look like little crumbs? I think so. Knock that off. Okay. Put that in the sink. All right, so I've got that done. Next step, it says, is with a fork, stir in the bananas and the eggs until blended. So for the bananas, it wants 1 cup or 2 very ripe bananas smashed up. So I am going to take my bananas that I showed you guys earlier, and I have, like I said, very ripe bananas here. I need a trash one, but I don't have it, so we'll just use this. I have very ripe bananas. Been thinking about I need to throw these out, and I'm like, no, 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 no. I want to make banana bread. So there's one. And we'll get number 2. They say with bananas, the browner that they are, the sweeter they are. And so I find that to be very true. And also one reason that I don't like any bit of green on my banana whatsoever. Because to me, green bananas taste sour. And I don't like it at all. So I always make sure that they're fully yellow, but not brown, because then they have spots on them sometimes. But I always make sure that there's not a speck of green on them. Otherwise, I won't eat them. All right. Get this mushed up. Okay, so I got that mushed up. And so I'm going to put that in here. And actually, let me get a spatula out to get this out of the bowl. Get all the banana out. There we go. And then it says to take 2 slightly beaten eggs. So what I did is I just put them in my little quick shake from Tupperware. And I'll just shake them up in here a little bit, just lightly, as it said, lightly, and pour that in here as well. And so it says to stir it in with the fork, so I will do that. And get this all mixed in here. And then I'm going to add in some nuts. Some walnuts. I have some walnuts to add into this. So we'll get this mixed in here and I'll be back. Added in the walnuts. I had added in 3/4 of a cup of crushed walnuts. Well, they're, crumbled up, not whole. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and get this into a baking dish, and then we'll put it in. Okay, so this is going in the oven at 350 degrees for between 55 minutes and an hour. So I'll be back when it's done. All right, folks. Timer went off at 55 minutes. So, oops, I'm going to pull this out of the oven and do the toothpick test. See how it looks. Ooh, nice and brown on the top. Look at that. Smells so good, you guys. Smells delicious. Look at that. Yum. All right, toothpick. Got that stuck in there. It's coming out clean. So, we're done. Gonna let that cool for a little bit, and then Usually what I like to do is just add a little bit of powdered sugar to the top, just to kind of give it just a little bit extra. Just a little extra. So let's dust a little bit of powdered sugar on here while it's still hot, so it kind of melts into it. Oh, I'm making a mess, aren't I? That's all right. I can clean it up. All right, guys. There is my banana bread. I hope you liked that recipe. Again, that was an older recipe. So that one, like I was saying, that was an older recipe, kind of traditional from Good Housekeeping back in the late 70s. So hope you like that. I am putting the recipe down below so that you guys can give it a try if you want to. If you have a banana bread recipe that you like and you have a channel, I'd love to see yours as well. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day and a great night, and hit that subscribe button. Give me some thumbs up, please, and don't forget to leave a comment. All right? God bless you. Take care. I'll see you next time. This is Roxanne at home here in Arizona. Good night.